there is no tradition at all because my parents are not musicians. So they discovered music in a French festival when there was every summer, there was concerts every night during the summer, free concert for the audience. And that's how they discovered music. They started to go to the concert, they started to love music. And then my older sister, who's 10 years older than me, started the piano. My older brother, 5 years older, started the violin. And then when I was 5 years old, there was already music all the time at home. My parents would bring us to concerts. We were all practicing our instrument at home. So no tradition, but a new generation with music.
I heard that the cello was the love at the first sight. So could you please share us why or what made the cello so attractive to you?
My parents told me that I tried the violin when I was 4, but apparently I hated it. I have no memories of it. But at 4 years old or 4 and a half, of course you don't know how to express with words. You cannot say, oh, I like this, but you feel. The cello, the first time I had this cello in between my legs and playing, I could feel this instrument was almost already part of my body. You know, it's an instrument you surround her with your arms and your legs, and you can feel the vibrations of the instrument. And the cello, yeah, from the first notes, that was love at first sight. And I knew this cello would accompany me all my life. I had no idea how, what it would mean, what would be my life, what would be my future. I just knew that this cello would always be with me.
I think traveling with cello means a sort of a challenge. So as a professional musician that tour around the world, could you please share with us some special experience when traveling with your own cello?
Well, cello is the most beautiful instrument because it's the most emotional, sensual, closest to the human voice. But it's also a very difficult instrument to travel with. So, for example, in plane, you always have to buy a ticket for the cello because you cannot put it in the cargo. It's too fragile, of course, so you have to buy a ticket. And there are so many, of course, stories of traveling. So as I buy a seat for my cello, I always ask for a glass of champagne for my cello because I think my cello deserves a drink. Then I can have an extra drink. No, but very funny. Now, when I came from Boston to Shanghai, I was flying with Cathay Pacific. And it's the first time I was flying with them for a long flight. And you know, every company has different regulations with cello. And with Cathay Pacific was very interesting because they put the cello in a kind of pajama. So you put the cello in a kind of bag. that was a new experience for me. So my cello had a good sleep in his pajamas.
Yeah. So I think other passengers will be astonished to see that.
Yeah, of course.
They don't know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, because people who don't really know that that it's so fragile and you have to buy a seat for an instrument. Of course, it's surprising to see an instrument on a seat in an airplane.
Yeah, interesting.